Good morning, brothers and sisters. This morning I'm going to continue where I left off yesterday. I finished in John chapter 14. I'm going to go ahead and read John chapter 15 this morning. It kind of goes over a bunch of the same stuff as yesterday, but I think it's really important. And this is all a lot of this is going to be leading up to the subject I have planned for the live stream on Wednesday. So I'll go ahead and get started. I'm still reading out of the New King James Version this morning. John chapter 15. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit he takes away, and every branch that bears fruit he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. You are already clean, because the word which I have spoken to you. I'll read that again. You are already clean because of the word I spoke to you. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, unless it abides in the vine, neither can you, unless you abide in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches. He who abides in me, and I in him, bears much fruit, for without me you can do nothing. If anyone does not abide in me, he is cast out as a branch and is withered, and they gather them and throw them into the fire, and they are burned. If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, you will ask what you desire, and it shall be done for you. By this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit, so you will be my disciples. As the Father loved me, I also have loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may remain in you, and that your joy may be full. Number 12. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends. You are my friends if you do whatever I command you. No longer do I call you servants, for a servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends. For all things that I heard from my Father, I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you, that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatever you ask of the Father in my name, he may give you. These things I command you, that you love one another. These things I command you, that you love one another. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love its own. Yet because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. He says, but I chose you out of the world. Remember the word that I said to you, a servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they kept my word, they will keep yours also. But all these things they will do to you for my name's sake, because they do not know him who sent me. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would have no sin. But now they have no excuse for their sin. He who hates me hates my Father also. If I had not done among them the works which no one else did, they would have no sin. But now they have seen and also hated both me and my Father. But this happened that the word might be fulfilled, which is written in their law. They hated me without a cause. But when the Helper comes, whom I shall send to you from the Father, the Spirit of truth, who proceeds from the Father, he will testify of me. And you also will bear witness, because you have been with me from the beginning. And you also will bear witness, because you have been with me from the beginning. Wow, brothers and sisters. What an amazing passage. Let me go back over here and look in my other Bible real fast to read one of these verses. It says, I'm going back to 22 for a second. Just let's think about that for a second. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would have no sin. But now they have no excuse for their sin. I'm going to close the Bible right there for a second. Jesus came and these people, they had an excuse for their sin because they were working under the law. When Jesus came and showed them that sin, then they had no excuse for it. I don't know if you have this trouble today doing the same thing. I talk to family members and things like that, and I point things out that are utterly evil and wicked that are going on in this world, and most people, I'm not going to say all, but most people will just take that and blow it off. They won't go do any research, they won't look into it, and they won't choose to walk away from that sin that's being shown that they're inadvertently doing. They're not even intentionally sinning. They don't know that they're sinning. But once they come to the knowledge of that sin, that it is sin and it's evil, and they don't turn from it, I pray for them that they do turn from it. I'm not allowed to judge them, but I just pray that their eyes are opened, that they hear the word of God, and it actually breaks through and does something in their lives. Remember, we're just planting small seeds that grow up. God tends the vines. God tends the vines. All right, brothers and sisters, I think that's it for this morning. You all have a blessed, wonderful day. Shabbat shalom, blessings, and peace.